All right, everyone. I wanted to shoot a quick live video. You may be watching this video on YouTube. You may see this in an email. You may see this on Facebook Live, maybe. I don't know. You may see it on the Facebook page. You may see it on YouTube. I don't know, wherever you saw it. Anyways, I'm getting a lot of questions already yesterday about what are the statistics? What are we looking at? Where's real estate at in the Pensacola area? So I figured I would shoot a quick video. I ran some stats this morning. I had the staff run some stats this morning. And I wanted to just give you the basics. We took a look back at 2016, and this came up with the following. Ready? Now let me give you the criteria first. The criteria would be that we did just residential properties, whether it was attached, detached, condos, all that. We did not do land. We let land go out. If it was a triplex, an apartment complex, all of those got thrown in. I did start a minimum of a sold price of $50,000. There's some stuff that sold underneath that would have changed these statistics, but I just started at $50,000. So that's where we're going to go, and I want to give you these numbers based on that criteria. So it was sold in 2016 versus 2015. So where are we at, and where are we going? Exactly where we're going. Where are my thoughts on where we're going? Let me do a Facebook Live, and read statistics all at the same time. Kids, don't do this at home. Anyways, as far as the price and the MLS with those criteria we talked about, we saw a 5.2% increase in value and price, sold prices in 2016. Based on those averages, it was our average price was $160,000 if you start at 50 and go all the way up to the one that sold for $2.5 million. We averaged out at about $160,000 in 2015. In 2016, it was $168,475. So that's a 5.2% increase. That's what we saw. Nationwide, that's about right. We're seeing anywhere from 3 to 9%. There are some hot areas that are seeing double digits, but you know, the double digit stuff is what got us in trouble in the early 2000s. So I would much rather see a steady 5, 6, 7%. So this past year, 5.2% increase. So as you're looking at your sold stats, maybe you ought to look at a little bit of an increase over what the solds were, because that's the direction we're going. We're still steadily climbing, just nice and easy, which is a good real estate market. One of the other things that I always get asked for every seller that I talk to is how many days in the market? How long does it take to sell something? We actually saw a 16.2% decrease in the time it took to sell a property. So it's taking less time and we're getting more money. Again, just a steady, regular real estate market. I also had the staff look at what about the amount of properties sold? Is there an amount of properties sold? Did we have a percentage of that? And there actually was a staggering number there. I actually had to go back and check my guys going, seriously? Because we saw a 17.01% increase in the amount of properties sold in 2016 versus 2015. That shocked me a little because I was still thinking, 2015, we saw a lot of foreclosures sold. So the amount of actual solds went up. Again, don't forget the criteria. If you don't remember the criteria, go back and look at the beginning of this. So, all that said, where are we going? Well, there's a lot of talk out there about the new administration. What are they going to do? Who knows? I know that the feds just raised rates from a half a basis to 3/4. So they're up to 3/4, which means the rates are going to rise. Listen, I've been saying that for a year and a half. They needed to rise anyways. Most of you know me, know that I owned a mortgage company for years. And they have to rise. They have to go up. So, are they going to go up this year? Yes, I predict they will. Do I think we're going to see them over 5% for a standard 30-year fixed? Probably not. I think they're going to go in the 4s. Matter of fact, last time I looked, they're already in the 4s. And I think they're going to hang out there. I think they're going to start the year in the low 4s. I think as the year goes on, we're going to get into the higher 4s. I do not think we are going to get over 5% this year. Next year, it's a different ball game. We'll have a different video. What does that do? Well, that takes the buying power for some of the buyers, especially your first-time home buyers, away because they can't afford quite as much of a house. So do I think that we're going to see the same increase this year? Actually, I do. I do think that we're probably going to see that same steady 5, 6, 7% increase in value. Let me not get hit by a car. 5, 6, 7% increase in value. I think we're going to see that. But I don't think we're going to have as many properties sold this year. I think some of the glutton of the shadow inventory that everybody talked about for years is gone. I think some of your foreclosures, we see that. The foreclosure numbers are way down. I don't think there's going to be as many. We're having a tough inventory property right now. There's not as much inventory in the market right here, which is fine. It actually helps the sellers out now because they're not competing with as many people. That's why I think we're going to still see the increase in values, is because of an inventory shortage, although the buying power for the buyer is going down because rates are going to rise. Either way, I think that your values are still going to steadily rise. We're not in a buyer's market, and I would say we're not in a seller's market. I would say we're in a natural, balanced market, which is good for either side of the fence right now. Hope those numbers helped you. If you haven't liked the Facebook page that I have, go like the Facebook page. I'll put a link below somehow, depending on how you're getting this. Also, make sure you send me your email and subscribe to these emails, because I send these videos out sometimes through Facebook, but this actually is going to go out through email too. So you get the statistics, plus you find a little bit of background about me. All right. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. I'll talk to you later. Now I got to figure out how to push a button.